Begin life in a small tribe, a family unit, a mini version of what we once had. And growing up, it felt as though my tribe was lost to me. I didn't know where my place was, who my people were, where I should be sitting. My own mini tribe was uncomfortable, a family I didn't fit in. And in time, I'd pay lip service to groups just to try to belong. Even then, it didn't feel right. I knew it all along. These fashion-based tribes or ones where music was key. I was a mod, a wandering cowboy, cheesecloth-clad hippie. I flitted from tribe to tribe, still feeling alone, looking to live in a way true to my identity, to find a slot that was shaped like me. Once, we knew what the ancient ones had said, and we cared more. Knowledge and wisdom were passed on through music, stories and song, from generation to generation. And listen, community was everything, that which bound us, made us cohesive and additive-free, social adhesive. And what's on offer now, it would seem, are social media tribes, Facebook groups, or who we follow on Twitter streams. Like the tribes I used to join, that's not like truly belonging to a tribe when it's part of our identity, something real, concrete, an entity. A place where we truly belong. Part of our makeup, like letters in a word or notes in a song. We're part of a whole, the complete story, the finished song. Now, later, I found a tribe, people who wondered, just like me, how or why, here and there. At last finding a place to be ourselves with no need for pretense, we paid our metaphorical membership fees. But even this isn't enough, it's not the whole picture. I feel comfortable there, but not completely at home, more like staying in a friend's house than being in my own. My true tribe, the big one, the one to which I completely belong, is the one to which the rest of us belong. And all of us here, everything here, we're all integral parts of the planetary jigsaw. And if we hurt any part of that, we hurt ourselves. We just can't do that anymore. And only when we can all read from the same page, can see beyond the divide, can we know that we all belong to the same tribe. Yeah. I live in Totnes. My first poem that I wrote as, with a view to performing was an ecological poem. I'm wearing my green shoes, so I thought I'd do that one tonight. It's called Under Ozone Layer. Back in my school days, folks were becoming aware of the increasing hole in the ozone layer. Water levels will rise, they said, because of global warming. Everyone heed this ecological warming. It's the emissions, they said, greenhouse gases. We've got to go green, got to save the planet. We need to find an alternative solution, energy sources that make less pollution. But not all experts agree this is a problem. Say climate change, it's a natural phenomenon. But what about hurricanes, tsunamis, floods? Don't worry, they say, that's all normal enough. More nuclear power for less pollutants. We may get the odd leak, perhaps a few mutants. The stations are safe, our assurance we give will put them out of the way where no rich people live. Then some drew up a treaty for ratification by carbon emission producing nations. Those producing 55% of pollution were given the chance to provide a solution. But a certain president, a redneck mofo, said, we won't be coming to Kyoto. It's not us, he said, damaging the climate. You can shut your treaty, we'll never sign it. But we'll water it down, Mr. President. No, we can't sign, we're innocent. Well, you can ask the oil barons about acid rain. Not us, they said, could be Saddam Hussein. Hey, you know he may have biological weapons. Let's get the son of a bitch, teach him a lesson. We'll take him out, leave his country in ruin. We know his arsenal is shit because we sold it to him. We'll teach him not to persecute Kurds. Or has he got oil there? Oh my word, let's go and give his people their freedom, democracy, yeah, they really need some. And when it's over, when we've killed him, we'll get the contracts to do the rebuilding. And when we control that oil, when we've done our killing, we'll go to the Arctic to do some more drilling. Protesters say, please don't drill there, you wipe out Arctic foxes in the polar bear. Just think how poetry would be bereft if we lived in a world with no polar bears left. Now there's another thing extremely contentious, a term that sounds, frankly, licentious. I was on the piss last night with the lads, it was cracking, got home, gave the missus a bloody good fracking. Government reports say police have been logging more and more cases of fracking and dogging, a method to extract natural gas with several serious drawbacks, alas. Millions of gallons of water for each gas well, huge vats of nasty chemicals to fracture the shale. The environmental impact could be catastrophic. Waste fluid left over is extremely toxic. Chemicals can reach out to spoil drinking water. Seems obvious, surely, that we ought to concentrate on finding much cleaner resources like sun, wind and water, natural forces. But turbines are noisy, say wind farm opponents, and solar panels require far too many components. But these are things we can surely bear if it means we can keep our ozone layer. Thank you.
It seems like you've been up here on this stage for years, and we're at least very proud to call you part of our tribe. Let's hear it again for Nick Kitto.